Good morning. This is the Duke of Fremont Street in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the United States of America. Today is Sunday, July 31st, 2022. Before beginning this short video today, I would like to drink a toast to you and thank you for stopping by. I appreciate your time and consideration. Salute. Reinvigorating. Well, at the moment, all the precious metals markets are closed. We're closed here in the States, of course, and we're also closed in Asia. The markets will be opening mid-afternoon in Asia, and I'm very anxious to see how they open. Let's start with today's video with Friday's close. Gold closed up at 1766 bid by 1767 ask, up by $9.70 per ounce for the day, or 0.55%. In the last 10 days, gold is up over 4%, around $70+ per ounce. So I think this is a good sign for gold. At one time on July 20th, we hit a low of 1696.40. So the trend is definitely up. Like I said, we're up, I think, around $71 off the low. That's a tidy little sum. On Friday, silver also closed up strong at 2034 bid by 2044 ask, up 33 cents or 1.65%. Silver is up a whopping $2 or 10% from its low in July and of 1844. So we're up 1844. Our ask is 2044. That's a $2 gain in a few days. So I also think this is a very bullish trend for the precious metals. Speaking of such, I brought silver out today because silver the bull represents my attitude towards the precious metals. Well, where are we going from here? Who knows? It's impossible to say. However, I personally am very bullish about the future of the precious metals. There's very little other things that I have faith in. And since I've always been an advocate of the precious metals, I'm going to stand my ground. I've been buying, selling, trading, purveying the precious metals for decades. And during that time, I've learned many things. One thing in particular is that you'll never buy at the low and you'll never sell at the high. Recently, a week or so ago, or 10 days ago, the silver and gold markets were at their lowest for quite some time. And I knew that this was a phenomenon because nobody rang my phone. I couldn't give my metals away. I've always found that when the market goes down drastically, or that people have a tendency to clam up. They're worried about the precious metals that they own and thinking they're losing value. And then there's the element of greed, where the buyers think, well, you know, the precious metals are on the run. I'll wait till they go down to X or Y or Z. I don't think that's necessarily a good plan. If you're paying attention, when the metals are down, such as they were depressed recently, this would have been a brilliant buying opportunity. In fact, I think we have a great buying opportunity right now. My phone started ringing again, and I've actually made a couple of decent sales since the metals started moving up, which is somewhat predictable. When the metals were down low, my phone didn't ring. When the metals go up, all the inquiries are about buying and not selling. So the gold and silver as an investment today, or as a place to park your money, or as a source of wealth preservation, is probably it's better now than almost any time I've seen in my 50 plus years of dealing with this market. The downside risk, I believe, is minimal, and the potential profits are enormous. Let me just say this: if the grid goes down and there is no phone service and there's no water coming out of the tap and there's no gasoline at the filling stations and there's no lights at night, we'll go into a chaotic situation worldwide. And I've coined the phrase the New Dark Ages era. So things will become medieval really quickly, and people will have to batten down their hatches. I certainly hope this gloomy forecast is wrong, and I hope the status quo is maintained. However, as you can see, there's turmoil breaking out all over the world, and it's a frightening situation. If you think back 1,000 years or so during the Dark Ages period, there was virtually, in Europe especially, there was no middle class. There was the peasants, and there was the aristocracy or the noblemen. And the noblemen lived behind their stone walls, separated from the masses of peasants. But whether you were a peasant or whether you were a nobleman, you still had an appreciation for the precious metals. Even when there was nothing available, gold and silver were still considered a fabulous source of wealth. So with no power, no running water, no communication, no education, no anything that we know of in modern society, none of the comforts, gold and silver will maintain their value. In fact, they'll probably be considered much more valuable than they are today. With the royalty behind their walls and the peasants in constant duress, even under those dire circumstances, the gold and silver was something that everybody, peasants and royalty alike, would seek out. This disastrous scenario, this New Dark Ages era, may not take place, and as I reiterate, I most certainly hope that it doesn't. But if it does, you'll see at that time that the precious metals are more valuable than ever. And if it doesn't, you have nothing to lose. As a store of wealth and value, the precious metals, in particular gold and silver, have always been desirable and sought after. And if you're in the minority today and believe in the metals, you're going to be so far ahead of the curve, I believe, in the long term. Well, enough said about that. I believe you probably agree with me, or you wouldn't be watching this video right now as we speak. I'd like to take a moment and thank Vice, V-I-C-E, for coming out from New York recently with their producers and camera crews And they actually shadowed me for a couple of days and filmed A Day in the Life of the Duke. And we had a really enjoyable time. We were here in my home. We were in the Las Vegas Country Club. We were in the Italian American Club. We were downtown on Fremont Street. And if you haven't watched that video yet, I invite you to do so. I will do my best to leave a link. And when I say do my best, I'm technically challenged when it comes to this new modern medium. But I'll leave a link for the video in my description of this video. And also, while we're at it, they were very enamored with my comic book trilogy, which I haven't actually talked about much lately. This is book 2 in the 3-book series. And I would like you to take a look at that too. A lot of people have asked, how do I get your comic books? Well, it's simple. I will also leave a link in the description on the comic books, which are set in present-day Las Vegas. And once again, they illustrate some of the things that have happened in my life. Some of the comics, although they're inspired by real people and actual events, have embellishments, and which is fine. It makes for good reading. Well, anyway, I would like to thank Vice once again, and I would like to thank all of you, the viewers, for supporting my channel. And please allow me to drink a toast to you once again, to your wealth, to your health, and to your happiness. Salute. Well, time goes by, and sooner or later everybody comes to Vegas. When you plan to come to Vegas, don't hesitate to reach out to me in advance, and perhaps we'll meet each other in person while you're here. In the meantime, we'll see you around town. So long.